Welcome back to the Jacob McLaughlin podcast and radio show. Coming to you guys on this Friday evening. Coming to you guys with something that I heard today. It's really been on my mind, and I'm like, I just need to say it. I need to say it to somebody. I need to have someone hear it. And so, instead of giving you guys a long little intro and going and all this, I just heard this on this morning when I was working out, and I went on the treadmill to finish up my cardio for the day because of the show. And I listened to a little motivational video, and it came on, and I was like, I'm talking about this today. And what the subject was is 24 hours. We all get 24 hours each day. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if it's you, your brother, your sister, your mother, the nurse, the lawyer, the doctor, anybody. We all get the same amount of time each day. We all get 24 hours or 86,400 seconds, as my mentor Jeremy Scott would say. And with that, it made me start to really think. We all get the same amount of time. But it made me think about my old ways and how I used to think and how I do life now. And what I mean by that is, a couple years ago, I wasn't happy with where I was at in life. I was very miserable. I was working a job I didn't like. I hated going to work. I wasn't happy with where I was living, just in the state. And so I would waste my time watching Netflix, YouTube, sleeping, working out, working, and then hanging out with friends. And that was my life. And for a lot of people that works. But I wasn't happy. I wanted something more. And then it's now looking at my life now where I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm doing what I love every single day. I'm working with people I love every single day. And I actually work way more now, and it's how I'm spending my time. For example, I woke up this morning at 4:53. My body just woke me up. No alarm clock needed. Just woke up, got going for the day, went and got my workout done, and then started training. I used to be able to take naps. Now I can't take naps. Now I'm trying to be a little more productive. But then I look back at how I used to be when I would wake up at 7:30. I'd drag into work about 8:15. I'd work from 8 to 4. I'd go home, and then I'd get a workout until about 6, and then I'd walk home and eat food and be all blah, 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 and then go to bed and repeat and hate my life and complain about all the people who make money and how they're so lucky and they got all the things handed to them. And then it's how I look at myself now, where I'm making way more money than I was back then, but I'm working way more. So I really want to just ask you guys, how are you spending your time? How are you spending your 24 hours? Are you guys spending 10 to 12 hours sleeping? Are you spending time just wasting watching Netflix and YouTube and all that? Which I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. If you are happy with your life, you are perfect, right? I'm only saying this to the people that aren't happy with their life. I'm saying it to the people who feel like there's more to life and they're not happy, not fulfilled with what they're doing. And that's when I need to ask, what are you doing with your life? Because how I look at it, when we're doing this thing called life, you only get one shot at it. You only get one take. And so I think a great way to look at it is if somebody gave you $86,400 every single day, they gave you that much. And then I came and I just robbed $20,000 away from you. That's what you're doing to yourself every single day when you're wasting time. We get 86,400 seconds every single day. And how many of those seconds are you doing actually being productive, working towards a goal? I have a thing from Eric Thomas, a little quote. He's my favorite guy to listen to. If you guys don't know who Eric Thomas is, check him out. But quick story about him. Basically, was a guy who used to be homeless, had nothing really going for him, no GED, and then he went back and got his master's, and now is one of the top motivational speakers in the world. But he says the quote, "I don't care if you're broke, you grew up rich, you only get 24 hours in a day. We all only get 24 hours in each day. It's what you do with them that makes the difference." And I can't tell you how real this is for me after this past year of seeing when I cut out social media, when I cut out all the wasted time of Netflix. And now I'm not saying I don't watch Netflix, because I do. I watch it almost daily, but I'm also doing other tasks. I'm not just purely watching Netflix. And then it's like, what am I doing with my time? I'm actually making content. I'm actually doing other things. That's what I want for you guys. If you guys aren't happy with where you're at, you have to kind of look at, okay, am I spending too much time hanging out with friends? Which, again, Nothing wrong with hanging out with friends, but if you're hanging out with friends 7 days a week, but you're not happy with where you're at, maybe you should spend a little less time with your friends and work a little more time working on what you want. So I think that's a big thing that just comes into it, is how you're spending your time. Again, if you're happy with life and where you're at, then this doesn't mean anything to you. You guys just keep living your 24 hours how you're living your 24 hours. But if you aren't happy with your life, if you need a change, if you need to have something good happen, or you want to go after your dream, you need to really take the time to evaluate what you're doing with your time, what you're doing every single day, and what you're going to do with the future time. And the way I look at this is, some people will tell me, oh, it's hard. It's hard. I want to do this business, but it's tough. It'll take a lot of work. But I want to look great. I want to eat healthy, but I can only do it for 2 weeks because then it's tough. And I say, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's 100%. It is tough. But the 3 months, the 2 years, the 5 years, it's coming either way. No matter what, it's coming either way. 3 months will be here. Tomorrow's coming tomorrow, all right? It's coming no matter what. But would you rather spend that time in 2 years working on yourself or working on a goal that you had every single day for the next 2 years, and in 2 years when you're there, you're at your goal, or you're even closer to your goal than you were when you started? Or would you rather just stay where you're at, not be happy, and then 2 years comes and then you complain about how you're in the same spot you were 2 years ago? And I'll just be real with you guys, that's what happened to me. I kept working out, and then I would stop. And I work out for 3 months, then I quit for 3 months. And then one day I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just stuck with working out every single week. And it wasn't every single day, but it was every single week, being consistent. And now it's my profession, right? And it's kind of taken me to the next level. And it's even been for me for this business this last year. My mentor, Jeremy Scott, told me, what if you did something every single day? And even if it's 5 minutes, but just every single day, what the impact or what the compounding effect you'll have in 10 years is insane. So that's what I just think about. If I can do something one minute or 1 week, or I can't even talk right now. What are you saying, Jacob? If I could do something maybe 5 or 10 minutes each day towards a goal that I have, in 5 years, 10 years, what does that look like for myself? And since I have time on my side, I'm going to take that risk and take that bet on just doing that. So I know I just kind of rambled on, you guys. I know you all understand we all have 24 hours each day, but what it really comes down to is, how are you spending your 24 hours each day? How are you spending your time? Because you can live off of 6 hours of sleep. You can still work for 18 hours, right? And that's even if you do. What if you slept for 6 or 7 or maybe even 8, and then you worked for your 8-hour job that you're doing, but then you would spend another 3 hours doing stuff on your side project or your hustle that you want to work on, and then you still had an hour or two to hang out and have downtime for the day. So it's just reevaluating your life, reevaluating where you're at, and if you're not happy, making the change and starting to use your time more efficient. So I hope this helped you guys. Again, I know it was a quick little ramble, but it just made me think today when I was on the treadmill, how are we spending our time? And for myself, I even have times where I need to catch myself, but I was thinking, somebody needs to hear this today. Somebody needs to see that they need to reevaluate for their goals, start putting their time into their goals, and watch it kind of come to life and manifest like it has for me. So until next time, you guys, go do something active, hang out with people you love, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.